Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to the Winds of Jupiter weekly tarot reading. I'll be doing my regular 3-card reading and then the combination card and astrology dice. Now the cards aren't in any particular order like past, present, and future. And the astrology dice represent the zodiac signs, the planets or lunar nodes, and the houses. Now you can think of these dice like a show or a game where there's a personality, plot, and place. For example, the clue game, Colonel Mustard, with the knife in the kitchen. The cards that you received for this week is the 9 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the King of Swords. Wow, you've got 2 kings. This is kind of a commanding, controlling type energy. And the 9 of Pentacles is, no pun intended, but is the pinnacle of stability and security, success, freedom, luxury, self-reliance. All of this didn't just fall in your lap. There was some trials and tribulations and definitely some sacrifices to now have this luxury of freedom and potentially success in the material world. And when you have that, a lot of times it spills over into the spiritual realm where you're feeling really good about things. You might even be really young and not settled yet, but right now this week everything's going to be feeling really good. You have enough to satisfy your life. There's going to be some harmony coming into the whole thing. And really there's no reason that you shouldn't have success when you got a crowd of 2 kings behind you. Now strangely enough, these kings are actually very dipolar. You have the King of Cups, which is about emotions and passion. You have the King of Swords, which is about mind and logic. So you got the best of both worlds and they're melding together. They're standing behind you and giving you all of this good advice. The major theme of the Kings is there to help you attain your long-term goals and also to take control of your life. And they definitely have the experience to help you with that. Now the King of Cups can now control his passionate emotional self, and he's there to help keep balance in lives that can go into anarchy. Our emotions can be erratic at times and very turbulent. And he passes on his knowledge and intuition, because Cups is about intuition too. And teaches you about moderation and love. But a lot of times he's wearing his heart on his sleeve, and he makes his decisions more by emotion. And for you to seek life in more of a spiritual journey. And then contrary to that, you have the King of Swords there, the one about logic and reason, not using your emotions to make decisions. He holds the sword of truth. And he's there now in his chambers, more as a judge. And he's like a mini emperor. where he set laws and regulations. And this is all about intellect and mind over matter, and what matters to you. Now both kings are saying that there's a diversity in what matters to you this week. And with their differences, they balance everything out just exquisitely. But you have to realize that first you have to go to your spiritual self. And then for swords, you have to go to your mental, intellectual self. And then you have to go to your emotional, personal self. And then you have to go down into the material, earthly, physical world. And so you have to be spiritually there, up above, in order to receive all these messages from the King of Swords for your mental, intellectual ability that trickles down to the King of Cups for your emotional abilities, and then down to the Nine of Pentacles of finding a very satisfied and contenting life. Okay, now I rolled the dice and you received Cancer, the Sun, in the second house. A lot of people have received Cancer, and this is about home, hearth, harvest, family. And this would personify the King of Cups more than anything. And Cancer in the second house has you nurturing and nourishing the people around you. But with the second house being value and resources, there could be some opportunities for some financial paydays from all of this nurturing and nourishing. What seems distant and obscure one moment might seem viable and nearby the next. Emotions are connected to finance and family this week, and that goes along just with the cards with the Nine of Pentacles for money, health, well-being, the King of Cups for emotions, and the King of Swords just keeping logic and everything grounded. This week you're seeking balance between the material, emotional, and physical self that connects with the outside world. You don't want to overspend, overreact, overdo. And the kings are there to give you that control. And they might even be there for you to review what truly does matter to you or what has value in your life. The Nine of Pentacles is about finding the formula for success and then being able to enjoy the rewards from the hard work that you put into it. Now the Sun in the second house has you evaluating your own personal worth. What you own, how you feel, how you think. This is going to give you some energy and confidence. But watch yourself and don't indiscriminately throw money around, give away possessions, or go out of your way to offer too much assistance. This is one week where you really don't have to prove your self-worth. And I think the Nine of Pentacles is there warning you not to go overboard with generosity or ambition. And control the incoming and outgoing so you have something for a rainy day. Actually, it's just kind of saying, stay frugal. Now the Sun in Cancer has your moods swinging around. One minute it's calm and the next minute it's chaos. With Cancer being the influence here, and then the strong Sun. Life is about the King of Cups and emotions this week. But the King of Swords is there to instill logic and reason in your thinking. Your emotions might be seeking attention, sympathy, and love, and perhaps not in that order. I think you're trying to determine if you feel to think to feel, or reviewing what are you really feeling. You need to classify your feelings in order to be able to control them. You have the King of Cups and the King of Swords, and they're there to support you, to achieve stability, satisfaction, and happiness that the Nine of Pentacles promises. And I wish you acceptance, peace, and happiness.